This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Well, then cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
Welcome back to another episode of This Might Get Weird. I am partaking in an acai, blueberry. Oh, by the way, I'm already on a tangent. God.
I was getting accustomed to the one path we were walking down, taking in the sights, and we veered right.
No, I was just going to say that when I was talking about us going to get Korean barbecue the other day, someone was like, Mamrie just called Asahi beer acai. That whole story.
Yeah. And I didn't catch it. I was just like, that's how you say it.
That's how you say it. But anyway, I'm drinking a kombucha because my gut's done been bubbly.
I bet. I bet. For what reason?
It's a very calm world. Nothing has happened. Not at all in Facebook fights. We're having a good time.
You know why I was a little bit late today? Because I was on the phone explaining to my mother what an incel was. She did not know. We were having a conversation debriefing on the last week. And she asked me how we fix everything.
Oh, you have the answers, right?
And I started teaching her about incels. And then she was like, what's wrong with men?
Well,
and I said, well, there it is, Teresa.
Well, there it is, Teresa. Isn't it so funny how as you get older, like, not that I ever had a birds and the bees talk.
Yeah, we never did. My mom only told me about how her mom gave her a book.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that was the only conversation they had. And so she tried to have a conversation with me, but I was like,
you were shutting it down. Yeah. You were in a turtleneck already. No, I never had like the birds and bees talk, but it is interesting now with how the world moves that like you kind of have to do those check-ins with your folks to be like, and do we know how to spot AI?
Yes, exactly.
Like,
we have
don't take candy from a stranger is now. And do you know how to tell if something's AI?
Exactly that. And a scam. If you're getting these kinds of emails, which, oh my God, I haven't even talked to you about this. And I'm going to go back to the beginning. In a little bit.
Like
now I'm on
paths. 1984.
Now, oh my God, this is the most ADHD podcast immediately.
Listen.
Okay, now I have to remember what was I going to talk about. Shit, this part happens all the time. What were we just talking about?
We were talking about teaching your parents AI and scams.
Yes. Oh, because the scams. I've been getting so many emails.
Oh yeah.
This is the new scam. Not new, it's old. I looked it up. Of people asking me to be a guest on someone's podcast, someone I like an Amy Poehler, like a Katie Couric, like a Fern, whatever her name is, this British presenter.
What?
Fern Cotton. Yeah.
Great name.
And these people write these emails as if they're a producer from this podcast. And this is happening because the first one I responded to was like, yes. And then they want you to go on Facebook Live. And I was like, what? And then I read it to Elliot and I was like, this is a scam. And then I Googled it and podcast producer scam emails have been happening for years to people. And so now they keep writing back asking, the other day I was coming back from Scotland and I just looked at my phone notification. It was like Amy Poehler's podcast. And I was like, oh my God. And then it was this scam fucking email.
Honestly, Grace, that breaks my heart because that's like really good and knows how to play with your emotions. I would be walking on sunshine for a week if I got something about Amy Poehler wanting to be in the same building as me.
Exactly.
But now I wonder if it's Facebook Live because I did a Facebook Live for the first time in a million years, but I did it for this company to sell signed copies of my book. Right. And God, I laughed about it so hard with our friend Nick because we both did this thing.
Yeah.
And it was like a 45-minute course for me to be on a FaceTime with an IT person as they show me how to like share my screen as I set up a link to this, to that, like so many toggles.
Lots of toggles.
Things. But if they wanted you to go on Facebook Live, I bet it was because they know you would like provide your password.
That's it. That's the scam. Okay. Yeah. Because I Googled it.
Like, I can do all that for you. Just send me your password.
I was like, I don't know how to do Facebook at all. And I tried for a second to try and figure it out. And then I was like, wait a minute. But there's always something off about the email that's very obviously a scam
like grammar,
email.
like grammar
It'll be
wise?
like, dearest Grace. Yeah. And it's like, or it'll be really complimentary about specific things of like, we love seeing you do your comedy show about cancer, blah, blah, blah. Like
okay. They found a fact.
Exactly. And all like casually written because you can spot AI emails so quickly these days. Very normal. Sounds like a human writing it. And then it'll be like, And thank you. We find you to be one of the grandest comedians or something like is just a little off.
You're talking like a ghost. See, mine is I will get DMs from people like, let me help you grow your followers type thing.
Yeah.
Which to me is just like the equivalent of getting something on your car that says like, got a junk car you need to get rid of,
100%.
But it'll always just be like, we love your creative content, like your marinated olives. Like it'll just be the last thing I posted.
Yeah, I have to start actually. We should do a segment where we just read off the scam emails
we get.
Well, I was going to say, and the emails that we get that are so clearly written with AI that try to summarize what we do.
Also, how do you filter out? Okay, with our Instagram, you have your primary, people you follow, interact with, your general, which I think is like people you've like maybe reposted or something, like you've reposted their story or something
that you might not have directly DM'd.
You're not in conversation. And then there's hidden. And sometimes in the hidden, it's just like a listener who's like responding to something.
I don't understand it.
But the majority of them are just like group DMs that are like, I'm squirting so hard, I'm about to pass out. Come help me. Like, you know what I mean? And like, I obviously
it's always the horniest person in duress.
She's like, I'm so wet, I'm nervous, I'm sliding down the road. You know what I mean?
I'm coming so fast, I'm on fire.
Exactly. But obviously, if it's more than one person, I know that's something insane. I don't open it, but I'm just like, but why are some of these poor, very sweet, normal interactions getting put in the horny trough?
It does so I'll go into my DMs and I'll respond to any primaries, any generals. Yeah. And then when I get over to hidden, I'm like this. Just looking around, hoping I don't see anything too traumatizing.
Absolutely. I remember going to a movie theater in like the 80s or 90s, and they had a poster that kind of showed like cartoons of what each rating meant. Yeah. So it'd be like, PG and kids, whatever. And like PG-13, it was like one kid doing this. And that's how I feel every time I open that, that like just trove of smut.
It's garbage. It's hot garbage over there. And then sometimes it's someone telling me the most personal story about their cancer journey, but it's sandwiched between like two women having butt problems.
Two women with just the squirt emojis. 5 of them.
Women are squirting everywhere.
Oh my
apparently.
God. It's just like, my boobs are so big, I can barely stand up. Like, okay, that's good. Would you help me?
My vulva's gonna fall out
of here. I'm like, do you want some doctor recommendations?
No.
No, but so if you have ever sent us something that's very lovely and we like never responded, there's a good chance it's because it got absolutely pushed down by this craziness.
Yeah, there's a lot of chaos back there.
And some chaos.
Don't have the time or bandwidth to really figure it out. That's like a storage container that you just sell on Storage Wars that you don't go in yourself and try and clean out.
It's not worth it. I had a storage unit like that once, and I knew, I was like, there's a couple photo about albums in there, a couple things I want to save, and I was like, I'm just gonna go in there and get that, leave and not let myself start to dig through and 100%. Convince myself I want it, because I hadn't been in that storage unit, and like it was like a post breakup storage unit. Hadn't been in there in 2 years, and I was like,
and you lived without all that stuff.
And I lived without all that stuff. A good old purge, you know what I'm saying?
Love it.
Oh my God.
Well, this is a funny thing I will say. The anxiety that permeated last week is still resonating, but last Wednesday, I guess, when everything went down with Charlie Kirk, I was so like anxious, obviously, about everything happening, but I had a therapy appointment. So I was like,
therapy on Charlie Kirk Day?
Yeah. So I literally found out that he had died as I was driving to therapy, because Elliot had texted me. And I was like, well, I'm going to the right place, because I just felt the anxiety of me.
The world was about to get crazy.
Yeah. Rising. And I get out of my car and I'm like, I might like full on cry this like whole session. Cause when we're
just
similar,
from anxiety,
not just like the overwhelm. No, not crying out of...
Let's clarify.
I have some thoughts and opinions that might stay in my own lane of thoughts and opinions.
Or just check our social medias if you have any doubt how we feel.
Two things can be true at once. You can think someone is a horrible person and that they don't deserve to die by gun violence. And I also think that guns are the problem. But that's not a conversation that we're all having exactly.
No, let's talk about your therapy.
Anyway, so I get out of the car and I'm like full anxiety. Like I'm going to burst into tears as soon as I get into that room, and I need to make sense of all this. And then there's just like, I look up and there's a teenage kid just standing, staring at me.
Is he a ghost?
He seemed like it. And I like look, and he just has 2 tampons out of each side of his mouth. And he's just standing there like a zombie. He's probably 6'3". And I just hear, Jason, let's go. And it's his mom. He just had dental surgery and was just staring, totally still doped up from being knocked out for surgery. And in that moment, I was like, oh, the universe has smiled on me a bit in my anxiety. This is actually perfect right now.
This is perfect. Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Did she make him go to therapy and wait for her after dental surgery, or did that poor boy have to go to therapy?
No, this is a big building.
It's got a lot
with
of stuff
lots
in it.
of different. So I think there's definitely a pediatrician in there because kids are always coming in with their parents by themselves.
I mean, you saw a pig there.
No, this is different.
A different place.
Yeah, there was no pig. I haven't seen a pig there, but there's lots of professional offices. And there's clearly a dentist office in there.
Let me tell you, right before you came here, you were running late, and it actually worked out because I had a phone call. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't believe it. Someone called me. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and they had sent me like hey, fill out this form, bitch.
Yeah.
Hey, you need to fill out this form, bitch. And I was just like, later.
Like, no, this is not how that works.
She called, and it's the sweetest lady ever. And she was just, like, we can go ahead and do that right now. Yeah. Where you're just going through with like, what's her face from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, like the sweetest woman ever. Fill out your form, y'all, because the amount I had to like go into detail about when I smoke weed, how much I drink, every multivitamin I've ever taken.
Yeah.
Do I use birth control, or do I not have sex? Well, how often do you have sex? Well,
all of this information.
All of it, because it's about undercarriage. You know what I mean?
I see.
But I was just like, fill out your forms, because she was like, at the very end, she goes, I hope that wasn't too painful. And I go, no, you're great. I had to be like, she's like, do you drink? Yes. How much? Well, I'm a social drinker, and I'm quite social. So, like, don't make me say it, man.
Yeah. But it's best to be honest.
Wow. Oh, okay. Well, can we do, because of everything that's so crazy, I do have a granny rant, but I think we should hop into an ooh, that's nice.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. Very calming.
Grace, you really crushed that one, I'm going to say.
Thank you.
I have a couple things on social media that have just given me little sparks of joy.
I love to hear it.
In a cloudy, gloomy social media world. Mm-hmm. One, this isn't a specific creator. I've seen a couple of people do this, but a bucket that has been fed to me in my algorithm, which I really love. Mm-hmm. It's like older men. It's usually like an older white Southern man.
Okay.
Going and trying types of food he's never tried before.
Yes, I have seen this.
Like going to an Ethiopian restaurant.
Yes.
Trying Indian food, and like for the first time in his life going, well, I've never tried that before, and I think I'll give it a shot. And seeing them like enjoy it and meet the owner of the restaurant is a what?
I love the openness and willingness to start crossing cultural, experiencing things outside your comfort zone.
Yeah, that one really, really got me to watch the surprise, because as a picky eater myself, I still like every genre of food. You know what I mean? I just don't like certain ingredients.
And it doesn't feel like icky or anything.
It doesn't feel exploitative or weird at all.
Yeah.
No, it's more like someone being like, I realize that I have just not opened myself to other culinary delights of other cultures.
Yeah.
And it's just real sweet.
Yeah. There is that whole like theory about like food is like the thing that will heal.
It's the universal language.
Yeah,
for sure. And then the other thing is this one creator. I really hope he doesn't have anything bad, because I've only seen good stuff. His name is Josh. Like Jawsh.
Oh, okay.
And he sounds exactly like what his name is, Brecken, the skater guy from Clueless.
Yes, he's in my algorithm now because you sent me a clip of him.
All he does is he's like, yeah, you know what rips? And then he's like, when you turn 30, a crispy morning.
Yeah.
Or it'll be like, you know what rips once you're 30? hanging out in your garage. And you're just, and so
he's got one all about eating hot dogs.
Yeah, of how much you start craving hot dogs after you're 30.
Yeah.
One about like rocking chairs really rip. And it's just like done in this 90s skateboarder way, which I think is his like normal MO.
Yes.
And he's like, he did a whole one that was just about like how much it rips to like have money as an adult. And he was like, but I'm a nerd. And so a nerd with a job, that's dangerous. But it's just like this happy, like appreciating, having gratitude for the tiniest little things
in the most cartoonish way,
and the funniest, like, man, I want, or he did one that was like, I'm a Coors Light Silver Bullet guy, but like the second these pumpkin brews hit the shelves, I'm done for, man. And I was just like, I love this guy.
Do you think he's doing a character? That's how he's like.
Partially, I think so. I think we all are.
Oh yeah, there's cameras everywhere. We're performing all the time.
All the time, baby.
I saw that as I saw this kid crashing out on TikTok of him being like, performative male, because performative male culture is this huge thing. This meme that they're all doing where they're having performative male like showdowns of like people
like being tough.
It's remember how e-girls were very specific, like you wear these types of clothes, you do your hair in these types of like space buns, whatever. This is like performative male where it's like, he's reading Emily Dickinson, but he's got Apple headphones with the cords, and he's got a reusable tote bag.
Okay.
And he's got Labubu's, and which is interesting. And it's all very performative male. And he's like taking a photo with his like point and shoot of his aesthetic.
Is that like specifically male though? Or is it just like
meme.
Trend? Is it just like hanging on to trends? You know what I mean?
Well, they're making this almost like a performance meme where it's like a living meme where people now are doing, how the people were doing like competitions of actor lookalikes.
Oh,
in the public.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing of these performative male competitions where people show up and they say who's the most performative male. It looks very fun and it looks relatively harmless, though I think people on YouTube, as they do, are doing deep dives into like the socio-political overtones and undertones of this movement. It's what the internet does. We dissect.
Everything is going to be an essay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly that.
Y'all, can you imagine how many hours you spend in your bed, on your mattress, in your lifetime? Well, I'm telling you right now, it's about at least a third of my day, so you better believe that having a mattress that is very comfortable is essential. And honey, I found it with Helix mattress. I've tried other ones. I've thought that they were the best, but you know when you don't know what you're missing out on until you try it? That is what's going on with Helix mattress, y'all. There were other mattresses that were too soft. They were too firm. I am a Goldilocks. I like a good in-between, or else my lower back is gonna hurt, or my knees are gonna hurt. There was a minute there when I had a different mattress that I was sleeping with one of those knee pillows in between my legs just so my lower back wouldn't hurt. Guess what? I don't have to wear anymore now that I have a Helix mattress. Instead of waking up too hot in the middle of the night or waking up and feeling like, did I even sleep? I wake up refreshed, baby. I spring out of bed, as does Chip, who doesn't snore on a Helix mattress, okay? I'll say it. The snoring has decreased on the Helix mattress. And my two pups, who emit so much body heat, and luckily, with Helix, that heat does not spread over to me. If you would like to give it a shot, and let's upgrade our mattresses, okay? If you have been having one for years and years or have one you're not satisfied with, get rid of it. Invest in yourself and your sleep. Go to helixsleep.com/weird for 25% off statewide. It is their Labor Day sale extended till September 30th. That's 25% off at helixsleep.com/weird. And make sure you enter our show name after checkout so they know we sent you. This might get weird. This might get comfortable. helixsleep.com/weird.
I love coffee. I'm not going to deny it anymore. Occasionally, I try to cut back on caffeine, but at this point in time, I am full throttle in my coffee game, and I'm trying new things. I have been on a cold brew kick, all thanks to Trade. Trade roasts and grinds beans for cold brew and delivers them right to my door. All I have to do is scoop, add water, and stick it in the fridge overnight. Who knew it was that easy? Some of you probably knew it was that easy, but Grace Helbig did not know that was that easy. And then the next morning, you have cafe quality cold brew waiting for you instead of paying $6 at the cafe down the street. And it's almost zero effort. way less money. I love that combination. Trade is the #1 coffee destination in the US for both hot and cold coffee drinkers. They've sourced the best beans from over 50 top roasters across the US. And for cold brew lovers, they've teamed up with 15 roasters to create a special collection made just for cold brew. So every cup comes out smooth and delicious every time. I am so in a cold brew kick right now. It is... I love this for me. They even have easy to use curated gear so you can brew at home, which they sent me, and it's so fun, to get a better flavor and value than any cafe or bottled cold brew. And Trade's prices are on par with grocery store brands, but the quality is next level, whether it's smooth cold brew or a cozy hot cup to start your day. Plus, you're supporting local roasters with every cup. It's a win-win. So what you do is you take their quiz, it's under a minute, and they'll recommend coffees that you'll love. If the first bag isn't right, don't worry. They'll replace it for free until they nail it. Yes, I love Trade. They have expanded my coffee game, and if you're interested, they're offering 50% off a 1-month trial at drinktrade.com/TMGW. That's drinktrade.com/TMGW to get 50% off 1 month. drinktrade.com/TMGW.
Can we talk about British Bake Off?
Yes, we can. That is nice.
That is nice. Oh, let's tell them too something that we're like kicking around.
Yeah, would love your input.
So Grace and I were talking about, we really enjoyed This Might Get Real and doing it. And we love talking about TV. And not to say that we won't talk about TV on here, but like, we like that little like specific, you know me, I start to get like, are we talking about TV too much?
Yeah.
For no reason. But so we were thinking, this is kind of more of like a poll for those of you who are listeners who haven't joined Patreon. Is if we did an episode of This Might Get Real, a weekly episode, and put it on Patreon every week, is that something you would join Patreon for?
Yeah, let us know, because it's a little bit easier to put it all over on Patreon for us to be able to do it continuously. Yeah. Because I think that was the issue too, is that if one of us gets busy, it's manageable to do a podcast every week, but to do 2 of them sometimes gets a little tricky. Right. Especially about things that are like timely.
Yeah, exactly. Because Grace and I can record those and just put them up there and not have to like get our guy to edit it and do it on the back end and do it on all the things and make sure it goes up on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Yeah. It's just like, we thought that might be like a fun little extra thing for This Might Get Weird. And we were like, we wonder if there's people who would like come join the party.
Yeah. And
with that.
We wanted to beef up our Patreon a little bit.
Yeah, we'll beef it up, baby.
You know, put the hot dogs over there.
Let's do it.
I can say...
Okay, hold on. So Bake Off. We didn't even talk about
that. Right. Yes. Shit. Bake Off. Oh, man. I'm so... Well, okay, spoilers if you haven't seen it.
Fast forward if you haven't seen it.
I'm so sad that Leighton went. That was his name, right?
Yeah, I really liked him. I will say, I forget what her name is that did the comeback. In that last, like the floating Hong Kong restaurant, because she killed it so hard. She was on her way out.
Pui Mein.
I was like, there's no way. And then they started like throwing in a little like, well, she'd have to do something spectacular to stay. Well, will this be enough? And I was like, oh, it's not her. She's going to make a comeback. Yeah. And poor Leighton, I feel like he probably thought he had it in the bag once, like, you know, we saw her. Yeah. What was the second cookie?
Oh gosh.
Hodgepodges?
Yeah. What were they?
I think they're like a Hoggy Poggy.
Was that what they were called?
It was something with an H and a P. But she messed those up so badly. But I just want to say right now. Yeah. Like my money is on Tom to win this thing.
Tom's looking good. Tom's looking like pedigree baker. You know? Tom looks like he comes from old money. Yes. His interests are pricey, it seems like.
Tom looks like
he's got expensive hobbies.
You could probably go to his family's house and see like his great grandfather in an oil painting that looks exactly like him.
Yes, it is exactly that. But that doesn't discount that he's doing incredibly well. And I think the producers had a convo with Paul and they were like, you can't give the handshake away so quickly. We got to tease him to the second episode.
I think so too. I mean, it's so classic Chip that when I was like, I don't think he's gone 2 full episodes at the beginning without a handshake, and Chip was like, well, I like it. Yeah. He was handing them out too much, you know? And there wasn't a season there where I was like, okay, you slut.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, quit shaking everyone's hands.
Put those little sausages away.
Put those little tan kebabs in your pocket. But Tom got the first handshake and won Star Baker. Yeah. And just the agility that this man creates lines, etc. I'm like, I forget what he did is he an architect? Like is he a surgeon?
Let's see. This says, Tom grew up in London and learned to bake scones alongside his mom and Danish granny. Okay. He feared his secret love of baking without him. Now he's a member of 2 queer sports team with a boyfriend of 3 years. The game may be having stepped back from the advertising agency set up. He's recently reconnected with his first love, food, and brings a creative flair to his beautifully presented bake.
So he was already an artist, but man, I feel like he could be an astronaut. He is just so good at those lines.
It says when not working, you can find him fishing for sea bass with his brother, foraging for mushrooms, and cooking roasts with his dad. Wow.
Tom, you sure you straight? Because I want to. I mean, you sure you're gay? Because I want to.
I was like,
because you're like the ideal man. I got some people to hook you up with.
I'm going to say one of the front runners for me, Jessica. This woman.
Is Jessica. Yes. Who's the drag king?
The drag king. And
Obsessed.
who can do like flips and stuff.
Oh, is a rollerblading queen?
Yeah. Like this girl's someone I want to hang out with.
Me too. Jessica, if you're listening or if any friends of Jessica's are listening.
Yeah.
Every single time it gives another detail about her life. I am like,
she's the coolest girl I've ever seen.
You're the shit. And also just and you're funny. And then,
yes.
Oh, and then the cookie that they turned into Noel.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a really good batch of people.
I agree. Everyone's really skilled and it's really sweet people. It's always really sweet people.
It's always really sweet people, but sometimes there can be people who get like too stressed or something. And granted, it's only 2 episodes in, but I really feel like this is just like everyone here has kind of a good personality or a good sense of humor.
Yeah, at least that's what they're showing us.
At least thus far.
Who knows what's made it on the editing floor?
Totally. Can I do a granny rant?
Yeah, of course.
It is Critter Corner.
Nope. I was like, I'm going to push the button without seeing it.
Granny rant. Granny rant. Granny rant. We got a problem with something.
I'm trying to do that in stereo.
Love it.
Doing it live. Okay. Picture this. Yesterday, Chip and I get up early and we drive to San Bernardino.
Yeah. Fun.
I mean, that in itself, not so much. But we get up and we go early because one of the things for Chip's like big Christmas gift, I got him a drift day lesson.
Crazy.
And it's with this company. I'm going to give them a shout out because they were so great. Okay. Drift 101.
Love
They're
it.
amazing. You could do like a half day or full day. And it's like this incredibly skilled instructors who can just like, Fast and the Furious, the hell out of it, right?
Yeah.
And so I always get nervous. We talked about this before. It's like you get someone a gift. It was like months until we could do it just because of travel and some different things. And then when you get there, it was very much me to you at the fair. It was like me dropping him off at school.
I mean, like, I hope it works out.
Like, I hope he gets along with the other 2 guys. Yeah. I hope the teachers like him, and so I was just like, well, I'm just going to chill all day. I'll go to a coffee shop and like work on my laptop, whatever. Yeah. But I kind of just scrolled in my car for a bit and then I hear these tires squealing and then you just see, I'm like he left there and he was like, I want to do this forever.
Wow.
He was like,
new hobby ignited.
Like he looked up today, like, well, how much would getting a car that can drift cost? Like this is he's doing it. This is my life now.
Yeah,
and so,
of course.
So thank you, Drift 101. That was incredible. And he wants to be friends with all of you, just so you know.
Perfect.
But just setting up the scene. I'm in San Bernardino, hanging out in my car a lot. And then I realized I'm like, I don't know when he's breaking for lunch.
Yeah.
And I don't want him to like break for lunch. They've got 30 minutes and I'm 20 minutes away. And then he just like doesn't eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or something like that. I was like, I want to be on the ready to get this man chicken finger somewhere.
Yeah.
And so I wait forever and then I just get so hungry.
Oh no.
And to the point where like I've looked up healthy food near me on Google Maps about 11 times.
Yeah.
I know everything that's served in this town.
It's not yielding the best result.
It's not in the San Bernardines, but I find one place that was a vegan Mexican like place.
Delicious.
And like vegan beer, like jackfruit quesadillas,
Love it.
all that stuff. And so I have decided like, yes, that's all I want. I go, and here comes my granny rant finally. 45 minutes later. There are lots of trains that run through San Bernardino.
Yes.
And I got caught behind one truck as the things came down.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the taco place is literally on the other side.
Oh, no, you
Right?
can see it. Yeah.
So the train goes, there's a big curb in between us and then a car behind me. Because what I think it is when the train comes, they didn't want people to start just like U-turning.
Yeah.
So like I'm trapped.
Yeah.
Unless I'm going to drive in someone's yard, I'm trapped.
Yeah.
And I wait for a bit and I fire off a text like right when the train happens. And I wait. Grace, it was 11 minutes.
For a train to pass?
It was a train and then another train came. Here's what I think. I think it should be by law.
Yeah.
That if those train crossing things, there should be something on the front of the train
that tells you,
that triggers it. And there's a thing that shows you when that train will be over.
Yeah. Because you know me, I saw your story and I had to stop watching it because I hate when things don't end. I can't. It gives me immediate anxiety.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why, but one of the things that irks me the most is imagining a clown pulling a scarf out of its mouth and it never ends.
Yeah.
So I couldn't watch your story.
Grace, the way I was vibrating and I was also like really hungry.
Yeah.
But I just like, if there had been a little sign that said estimated like clear time, it could have said 45 minutes and I would have been like, this sucks, but I'll watch an episode of something on my phone. I'll get out and stretch, whatever.
The power of knowing.
But having and looking and it just never ending.
Yeah.
I just don't think that's right because here's the deal. First of all, my first thought was, thank God I don't have to take a shit.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the next one was, what happens if you're in an ambulance? I guess they have other routes. I'm sure they have other routes.
Yeah.
There's like a bridge over it, whatever. So they probably don't risk it. But I was just like, we need to tell people.
Yeah.
If I was on my way to work.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're 11 minutes late.
What if you're pregnant?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that's the biggest nightmare of all for me.
Yeah.
But truly, I feel like there needs to be, we got to get Pete Buttigieg back in office. We need some train reform where you tell us how long is that train going to be? Because I started spinning out.
Oh yeah. That would have driven me. No, I would have literally had to lay down in my car and not look at it. And who knows that just, I don't know what it is. There's something about the unfinishedness of something continuously going that gives me anxiety.
Now, how do you feel about the screensaver that the thing bounces around?
I can't really watch it.
Really? Because are you cheering for it to hit the corner and you know it never will, or it just never ends? Elliot
has a very funny joke about me that he does at our shows that he opens with that has to do with that imagery exactly. I guess I thought it was fine. The ones that used to, I don't know if you remember these on old desktop computers where it would just start like pipes would start growing. I
hate those
all
snakes.
Around.
I hate those snakes.
Yeah. Is it snakes? I don't know what it is, but it looks like tubular things start forming.
Hate those guys.
And that always, I don't know. I was just like, there's something unsatisfying to me about looking at this.
Yeah.
The way that they're satisfying videos. This one's an unsatisfying.
Do not like it at all. I don't even like, in the same way, but a very different way, is like sound machines at night. Like Chip was talking about how when he was on this trip, because we do white noise. I think you do the same thing. How the person he was traveling with needed to hear waves.
Oh, yes.
I think that would give me anxiety at night.
Yeah, I cannot.
That ocean needs to quit.
Yeah, Elliot can do that because he's from Florida. Because the ocean and water, rain, really good one for him. Okay. I've gotten so attuned to the fan noise that I need it to a cartoonishly loud, almost confusing volume of how could this let you sleep? I have a sleep mask that has headphones in it. So I do my own white noise in my headphones.
He doesn't hear it.
Because sometimes he snores and I have to do wake him up versus we've had a conversation. I'm not allowed to passively roll over and try and elbow him. I have to say to him, we've had a conversation. I have to say to him, because that is worse than me just waking him up and saying, hey, you're snoring. Like, can you readjust?
Right. You have to be direct. You cannot be passive, elbow aggressive. No, I've tried to do the like, kind of move them like a log type of thing. But no, the waves, I don't understand. What I want to know is when you do like a sound machine for night or when you're scrolling through, who are these freaks listening to Rainforest? I like little chirps and they're like, who's in here listening to jungle?
I will say last night, I've been drinking too much coffee, so my sleep is disrupted. So I tried something new last night to try and go to sleep. And that was on the, what is the meditation app? Headspace app. They have sleepscapes where it's a combination of an environmental, like I did Joshua Tree sleepscape, just to try it out. And no, I don't think it's for me because it's all little crickets. It's a little like you can hear the Joshua trees, quote unquote, sort of moving or rustling a little bit. A lot of wind.
No, hearing the Joshua tree. I feel like they're going to come to life and strangle me in my sleep. Yeah, I don't need a scene.
It describes the scene. Yeah, I was trying
ASMR?
something new.
Is it
basically?
You are such an ASMR
I'm getting
girl
into
now.
it a little bit.
I'm living for this.
Little bit.
We had a lot of response to Repair Shop.
Yes,
people
I need to
recommending
watch
Repair
the Repair
Shop so much.
Yeah, I got into. Y'all will probably identify with this Nerd Forge over the weekend, which is a YouTube channel of the, I don't know where they're from, Martina and Hansi. They talk like they're Swedish, maybe. Okay. They're so sweet, but they build the most elaborate things. Like she redid a little nook into this celestial reading nook that's so like nerdy, but they build out all of it themselves.
And they're forging it because, you know, Chip and I got really into a show called Forged in Fire.
That's why I was
for a
like,
while.
I understand what Nerd Forge is.
We were laughing about it the other day because he, again, on his trip, he was talking to someone who like forges their own knives or whatever, another person on the Mongol Rally. And we were like, remember when we watched like 400 episodes of a knife competition show?
Yeah, when you guys fixate, you guys get through some content.
We go. We freaking go. I have a terrible habit of getting up in the mornings and just drinking coffee and coffee and coffee until I think there might be an earthquake. I'm shaking so bad and I'm a little nauseous. Well, lucky for me, Huel has changed up the game to give me a nice satiated stomach in the morning while also being healthy. Plus, fall is near. Can you feel the air getting a little crisper? Things are ramping up. Life is getting busy for all of us. I get it. You get it. Time is tough to come by, especially to get a meal that helps you towards your goals. Well, fortunately, Huel gets it too. It's spelled Huel. Their Black Edition powder is a complete meal, so you can feel full, focused, and ready for your day really quickly with no regrets. At less than $3 per meal, it's packed with 40 grams of plant-based protein. You know everyone's looking for the protein these days. And 27 essential vitamins and minerals. There's no added sugar. It's gluten-free. It tastes great with flavors like salted caramel and chocolate. Plus, it keeps me full for hours. It is perfect for breakfast, lunch, or post-workout. I like to do it in the morning when I have my little coffee, and then I'm not hungry again until lunch. And just when you thought Huel had everything covered, they just dropped a first-of-its-kind super greens drink in a can. It's called Huel Daily Greens Ready to Drink. Forget powders, forget pills. This is your daily greens. Sparkling, because you know I love a little bubble on my tongue. Refreshing, and ready whenever you are. I am obsessed with this new product. It's exactly what I've been wanting them to come up with, and I'm going to start every day with it. No mixing, no messing. Quick and convenient without compromising nutrients. It's sparkling and comes in flavors like blueberry, apple, and peach that are actually really delicious. 42 vitamins, minerals, and superfoods, and only 25 calories. Yeah, you heard right. 25 calories, 4 grams of fiber, 1 gram of sugar, made by dietitians. So together, Huel makes healthy eating simple. Try both today with 15% off your purchase for new customers with my exclusive code WEIRD at Huel.com/weird. Use my code WEIRD at Huel.com/weird and fill out the post-checkout survey to help support the show. Today, get Huel for 15% off with this exclusive offer for new customers only with code WEIRD at Huel.com/weird. Minimum $75 purchase.
I'm a woman who cares about her health, you could say, especially for the last few years, you could say. But I don't think eating a bag of dill pickle rice cakes is actually giving my body the nutrients it might need or crave. And that's why I love Ritual's Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin. It's not, a salad in a pill, but it is formulated to help fill in nutrient gaps that you might not be getting from your diet. I take it every day. It has been added to my ever-evolving routine of health. Ritual also has tons of favorites like a daily protein, a symbiotic plus gut health, and what I'm really excited about, some magnesium. Where are all my sleepy girls at? So Ritual conducted a university-led clinical trial for their Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin to assess its efficacy, and the results were that it increased vitamin D levels by 43% and omega-3 DHA levels by 41% in just 12 weeks. We love to hear it. And the Women 18 Plus multi contains 9 key nutrients in 2 delayed release capsules, so it's designed for optimal absorption per day. And Ritual's Essential third party tested for heavy metals and clean label project certified, so all that means that you can trust what you're putting in your body. Their multivitamins are vegan, non-GMO project verified, gluten and major allergen free, and made traceable. It's HSA, FSA eligible with a seamless checkout experience, so you can save when you shop with pre-tax dollars. So instead of striving for perfect health, let's aim for supporting foundational health. Hey! Now you can get 25% off your first month only at ritual.com/TMGW. Start Ritual or add Essential for Women Plus to your subscription today. Why not? Give it a go. Get those nutrients in your bod. That's ritual.com/TMGW for 25% off. I have a really exciting thing to kind of announce.
Oh my God, I'm excited.
Okay. I'm doing a bunch of shows in the US that have been announced, and you should go check them out and get tickets if you can, because tickets are selling really well, which is so exciting. Elliot is opening for all of my shows. However, I'm trying to add local drag performers and
like I did for my book tour.
Very inspired. And so I'm slowly getting a few people figured out in different cities. Let me know if you're a local drag performer in any of those cities. Actually, the only ones that I am looking for now are Columbus, Cleveland, Nashville, and Asheville. So if you are a local drag performer interested in doing maybe an opening number or something,
send a DM.
DM me.
Send a DM. Don't put any squirt emojis in the headline of it, or the subject, because you will get stuck in the smut tunnel.
Exactly, please. But in Brooklyn, my new friend Britt Miggs is opening there for me. She's a really fucking hilarious stand-up in New York that I met at Fringe, and she's opening in addition to Elliot, which is so exciting. Philly, in addition to Elliot, Tim Helbig will be opening for me. Stop it.
Tim hasn't done stand-up since he did stand-up on our first This Might Get Weird show. Am I correct?
He's done it, I think maybe... I don't know, actually. I'll have to... He gave me permission to announce that this week.
Okay.
I had asked him, I would love if you did something, only if you want. You can say no and I won't be bummed at all. I'll totally get it. And last week he said, I'd like to do some stand-up. And so I said, you can do whatever you want.
Now let me ask you this. Is he going to run things? Is he going to do any type of open mic, or is the first time he's going to say these words be in front of the audience?
Probably the second.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, that's how the Helbigs do it.
I mean,
I don't like
feedback.
Subjecting ourselves to humiliation more than we have to.
Oh my God. It's so funny because I will get notes on a script and write 5 gajillion drafts.
Yeah.
But then like a live performance, I'm like, I don't want someone to tell me that joke isn't funny. And then I cut it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just like, no notes.
I know.
I'd rather hear the deafening silence of the audience. Speaking of.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Emmys?
Not at all. Didn't even know they were happening until a friend texted asking. And I'm out of that type of pop culture loop for sure.
I watch the shows.
I've been watching a lot more like reality TV and YouTube lately. I feel out of the scripted content arena.
No, I hear you, but it's like Severance won everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, so that's as much as I know.
A lot of the things that are like the studio won like the most awards of the night.
Yeah.
Like, so you see the stuff that's winning, just not, I don't like sometimes I watch the Emmys, sometimes I don't. Honestly, I thought they happened 3 months ago.
Yeah, same. I assume all of this is at the top of the year.
Me too. And I was like, the Emmys again, because we went to brunch with Val and she ran into someone she was supposed to do makeup for the Emmys. And she was like, wait, that's
daytime.
Well, oh yeah. It was or the science ones.
The creative arts.
Yes,
something.
exactly. But anyway, so there was a gag on it that was so great in theory.
Yes, I've seen and heard about this.
Okay, if you guys don't know, Nate Bargatze, who I think is an incredible stand-up, maybe one of the best performing right now, and has that like way about him where he like just is a very clean stand-up.
I got my parents tickets to see him in Philly for Christmas, and they just went and they loved it.
Love that. But so he did a thing where he was basically trying to curb people going too long on their speeches, and he was like, here's money, here's $250,000, whatever it is for the Boys and Girls Club of America. For every minute you go over or every 10 seconds you go over, we're subtracting $1,000.
Yeah.
So like funny in theory. But then like I saw something online today that was just like, we watch it to watch the speeches. That's kind of the whole point of the night.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of discourse about this. I saw The Cut posted an article saying Nate Bargatze had one joke.
I know.
And I was reading through the comments of that, and people were like, you didn't get it then. This was he had many jokes, and also charities should be front and center at these things.
I liked it in theory.
Yeah.
I guess. But anyway, I mean, at that point, you should have just changed it and been like, I don't know.
Do we need the Emmys? Do we need the Emmys? I mean, the whole thing is a bit like convoluted altogether. But I mean,
I think it's fun to celebrate that stuff. I mean, like in the same way that it's like you win things in sports. I don't know. I think it's fun to celebrate. I think a lot of it is about how much money people are spending to get that nomination.
Exactly.
And like the whole machine behind it of like, well, small indie stuff is never, well, that's more Oscars, but like never going to win because they don't have like $2 million to throw parties to promote it.
Right.
So there's a lot of like weird stuff to it, but I still enjoy watching people get dressed up and stuff.
Yeah, that's my mom was asking me about it. She's like, it's all the same stuff. She loved, the married couple that got the philanthropic award.
See, I only watched like the last 20 minutes of the Emmys.
This guy is Mary Stevenson. What's her
Mary
name?
Steenburgen and Ted Danson.
That's it. There we go.
God. Mary Steenburgen is Chip's older hall pass.
Yeah.
My mom Ted Danson might be mine.
Well, my mom, just on the phone call now where I was teaching her about incels, the other part of the conversation was that those two got it. Those two just have figured out life and they're doing it right.
They really figured out. They're both so attractive. Yeah. So nice. They both pick really great projects.
Yeah.
And like, okay, you know how you'll see these things and you're like, well, you're of a certain age when you like see throwback pictures of dads in the 80s and you're like, he's hot.
Yeah.
And like, that's always been my type, right? A Tom Selleck kind of thing. Ted Danson on Cheers, man. Woof. He was hot.
Zowie.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, good looking guy.
A good looking guy.
Reads tall,
Yes.
That's got that tall man energy.
Yeah, he reads.
That really is creating the incel culture that we live in by some degree.
Oh God, I don't understand that, but
no, that's who they wish they could be in the world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not everyone.
I was
can
like,
be a
don't
Ted
you
Danson.
put that on my Ted Danson?
No, just him being a perfect specimen is ruining society.
Good for you. Good for you. I love that Chip and I. Now, the more I think about it, we have the joint hall pass. Now it's like we would be like, we saw you two across the bar.
Yes.
Care to swapsies?
And they would be delighted in the offer, I'm sure.
Yeah, they would. They'd be like, no, and then they'd walk out, and Ted would be like, we got their tab.
Yeah. Oh, they would. Yeah, they would.
You know what that just made me do? I'm coming so hard. I'm sliding off of my gamer chair. Oh my word.
Wow.
Did you see this? That Chucky. Oh wait, we got questions.
Yeah. Oh wait.
I mean, should we have a call in?
I think we should do it.
A question from a listener.
A question from a listener. Send us like a 30-second voice note and we'll play that. I totally forgot. I was looking at the clock being like, okay, what else do I got?
I know. And I didn't want to be like, so do you have some questions for...
She had me choose them. There's so many.
I know.
Need to get in there.
It's amazing.
Okay, here's one. This is, honestly, I forget what the question is, but I just thought the context was kind of funny because it starts off with an apology to you. Okay. Let me turn it on up. Let me see if I can do this.
Hey, Grace and Mamrie, but mostly Grace, because I really want to apologise for almost killing you at your show in London. There's you telling us about how you overcome cancer, and then there's me just trying to fucking finish you off with my umbrella. So I am so sorry about that. My fault, not yours. I did have a question, but oh, fuck my ADHD brain. Christ, what was it? Yes.
Clearly
what
a
is
break.
your favourite British snack? I absolutely love Space Raiders. Amazing crisps, like amazing, phenomenal. I eat them all the time. So I just wondered if you had one, and if not, maybe you should go try Space Raiders. Once again, so sorry for almost killing you, and I promise not to come for you, Mamrie, next time you're in London. Again, so sorry.
I don't remember
I
that
knew you wouldn't.
at all.
I wanted to play that so you could say I don't remember, so she could know she doesn't have to feel bad anymore.
Okay, good. You don't have to feel bad. I think what she might be thinking is I did a bit in my second show that was for content of me tripping onto the stage and falling, but I did that live in front of the audience, and I thought they could see that I was filming myself. And I think some people in that room were left to wonder if I genuinely fell.
That is hilarious.
Because I don't know that everyone could see me pick up my phone. Exactly. Or I think maybe she thought she was tripping me, and that's how I felt. I don't know.
Well, she's been hanging on to. You're absolved.
You're exonerated.
You're absolved. No, I just thought this was a fun question because you spend so much time in the UK, and I know, and also in Scotland, and I know in Scotland and England probably have very similar snacks.
Yeah.
And if you had any big opinions, because there's one
What's
that I've been.
yours?
There's one that I like. Mine's kind of more like a genre.
Okay.
And that I like how England has, or that area has a lot more chips that are focused on onion.
Yeah.
And cheese.
And shrimp. I feel like they always have like a shrimp flavor.
Oh, I'm not into that. I'm not into that at all. But I like
lots
it'll
of
be like
cheese.
cheese and pickle, like sandwich,
Yeah.
like cheese and onion crisps. I feel like are so big there. I don't know. They just really get my
Your palate.
my potato chip. And yesterday when I was waiting for that other chip, I knew he had a bag of sour cream and cheddar ruffles. But the thing is they're so good.
Yeah.
But I feel like in England, there's more of the flavoring on it.
Yeah, I do. I think that too. I bought a bag. Well, my favorite thing that I've been introduced to from Scotland is Tunnocks tea cakes.
That's literally why I chose this.
Those
question.
are so good. And the amount of discourse that happened on my Instagram story in relation to Tunnocks tea cakes blew my. You'd think I was talking about gun control. It was insane. The discourse that was happening of people telling me how wrong I was for putting them in the refrigerator.
I saw that. It's supposed to be room temp.
I meant to give you a box, to be very honest.
What the hell are they?
They're so good. They're like the softest wafer kind of cookie topped with marshmallow that's so soft, topped with the thinnest layer of chocolate. So it's actually kind of difficult to eat. It's a bit messy when you put it in your mouth. So that's why I put it in the fridge to firm it up a little bit. But it's so good. It's so delicate, and it's so, you would expect these things to be kind of like those, what are they, like marshmallow bars from like Debbie's tea cakes or something. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like those, not the zebra cakes. They used to do ones that were like chocolate, 2 sandwiches with marshmallow in between.
Oh, that's moon pie, baby.
Moon pies.
I was just going to ask.
But moon
do
pies
you like
are
a moon pie?
But I love moon pies, but they're so much tougher than tea cakes. These tea cakes are so delicate. So people were saying, don't put them in the fridge, do whatever you want, or put them in the freezer. But everyone's room temperature out there, they realize, is much colder than what our Los Angeles room temperature would be.
Oh, that makes sense.
They're existing in rooms that are already the refrigerator temperature that we have here.
Okay,
So
that makes sense because you guys will keep your eggs on a counter.
that freaks me out.
If we keep our eggs on a counter, those bitches are hatching. It is hot out here.
The thing I liked about the food over there from the grocery store, because we did buy a lot of food from the grocery store, is that there were a lack of preservatives. So stuff had a very short shelf life, which forced you to eat it. I think I get very jaded out here that shit lasts forever. So my kitchen becomes this catch-all of half-eaten this, half-eaten that just ends up becoming waste after a while.
No, totally. There's so many preservatives that you're like, We ain't got room for you no more.
Yeah,
you gotta leave. Okay, tea cakes. Did you bring them back or did you order them here?
I brought them back, but you can get them apparently at World Market.
Mm-hmm. You can get anything at World Market. Exactly. Please sponsor us. I'm gonna have to go there and get some potato chips. Okay, here's another one.
Okay,
that's more like an advice classic one.
Okay.
And also she apologized like 9 other times in the body of the email. Here we go.
Hi guys, long-time listener and viewer. Sorry if there's background noise. I had to go outside to escape my roommates. My question is, I just recently landed my dream job working in film and camera operations, but it's about 4 hours south from where I grew up. So I wonder if you guys had any advice on how I can navigate being away from my longtime partner and family, because I find myself getting really homesick even though I enjoy the job I'm doing. So I wonder if you guys had any advice. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, homesickness type of advice, because first of all, congrats on the job.
Yeah.
I mean, that's massive.
For knowing your boundaries with your roommates. That cracked me up for some reason. I'm outside because I had to escape my roommates.
It was just so calm.
So matter of fact.
So calm. I loved it. No, I think this is, look, I know this is a big thing, obviously, in the film and TV industry, but I think just in general, like more often than not, someone's going to have a time where they're away from home for work. Mm-hmm. And because it's a positive thing, if Elliot could not have come with you to Scotland and you'd been gone that longer, or tough. like even just Chip was just traveling for fun, but like it was still a long time away. So I understand the homesickness aspect. Usually when I have it, it's because I'm missing a person that's gone, but I'm still in my own home space.
Yeah.
But, it sounds like you probably have people so excited for you.
Yeah.
And so I think you just need to, there's a couple things. Give yourself a very exciting visit to look forward to.
Yes.
You have to give benchmarks.
Yeah, a little bit of scheduling.
Yeah, you're going to have to do scheduling. Also, something that I've done, and which I think is fun, is, and I'm going to do it with Chris Clemens sometime next week. He's off in Fashion Week. Everyone's in Fashion Week but us. But I've done it with Jacqueline a few times, whatnot, is you can just schedule like FaceTime wine dates.
Yeah, I just talked to Michelle this morning over Zoom drinking coffee, and she lives in New Jersey, and every few months we just catch up versus trying to tell each other in a text thread everything that's going on.
Absolutely.
And it's really nice. That sort of like pre-planning is, and it's like anytime one of us reaches out, we already know like it's an absolute yes.
Totally. But you can have like, I don't know how crazy your hours are, but you can have standing dates.
Yeah, I started doing the thing with my family where we have a scheduled phone call. Like my mom's call that just happened before this is every Monday at a certain time.
Oh my gosh.
I talk to Tim every Thursday at a certain time. I talk to my dad every Sunday. Like it is scheduled. And maybe you're close with your family where you talk all day, every day, regardless. But for my family, who's not that close but doesn't hate each other, we have to put it in a schedule and make the effort. And then it becomes less of an effort every time, because I would go when I was really busy, like 10 days without talking to my family. My mom would call and be like, hi, just want to make sure you're okay. And so I, for my own sense of routine and rhythm, have really enjoyed just it being in my calendar and doing it every week.
Yeah, I think the way to that's the biggest advice is to schedule it. Even if it like feels unnatural at first, figure it out. And like, if you don't like putting yourself on video, like you just overcome it. Me and my North Carolina bestie, Ashley, I felt so silly when she was like, will you just download the app Marco Polo?
Oh yeah.
Which is like old school, because to me, I go, well, we could just send each other videos back and forth.
Yeah.
But it's different when it's in the app, because you can start to see, you can see when someone watched it, you can give it a heart, you can do, like, it just feels like we've got this like secret line of communication, like two cans with a string.
That's fun.
You know what I mean? And so that's another thing that I think really helps. But in general, it's just like, there's so much technology that can like bring the closeness together.
And how exciting that you have a job that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Like that's very cool and can make this whole transition, which is going to be uncomfortable, easier.
Absolutely.
Least.
And you should also just Google fun, weird thing in between, insert those two cities.
Yeah, that's really smart. So meet halfway.
Yeah. How romantic is now
romantic
I'm just
with your family.
Ina Garten. How easy is that? How romantic is that?
It is. It really is. So because their partner is staying behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, there's so many different types of technology. There's so many different ways. I mean, you and Chip would watch just Survivor with each other.
Yeah, we'd literally FaceTime, get it queued up, say 3, 2, 1, hang up. And then we just text each other back and forth as we're reacting in real time. It would be like, hey, pause it right now. I'm going to go to the bathroom. And then, you know what I mean? And we watched like the whole season like that because we didn't want one of us to see it at one time and then the other and be sitting on information.
Totally.
So yeah, there's like creating little rituals.
Yeah.
Is the way to do it.
And good luck because I think it'll be an adjustment, but not a bad one.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Oh man, alive! What a time!
I just got a little sleepy in this.
Listen, it's warm in here.
I was like,
it's warm in here. It's 6 o'clock. I'm supposed to go to Pilates at 6:30, and I just don't know if I can do it.
God bless.
I just don't know if I can do it. We shall see. But hey, speaking of, let us know about. Well, first of all, opening for Grace.
Yeah, get tickets to any of the shows, and also let me know if you're a drag performer or no drag performer that would like a little stage time.
We love that. Join our Patreon. We do have our next stream. Should I tell them that?
Yeah.
Our next stream, we're going to do it more like a happy hour style on Friday, September 26th. And we already know it is going to be Bake Off themed.
Yes.
So we'll, like Teresa has been asking us, God bless, we will put up something that we are going to cook so you can cook along with us and we will have just a jolly fun time.
I love that.
I love it. Well, oh man, a weird week and this got weird.
Yeah, it did.
This might get weird.